Welcome back, episode 11 of this series of 24. Ask the questions to empower your life. So what is this secret? What is this key to success? No matter where you are and what you're trying to do, whether it's a personal or professional or whatever your goals are, there is one key to being successful in life. That key is the success of acting. Have you ever heard the phrase that fake it till you make it? A lot of people use this in sales and business, right? Fake it till you make it. Well, what are they really talking about? When they're talking about faking, is they're really talking about acting, right? Just pretend to be this until you be that. It's true. It works. But why does it work? Why does faking it till you make it, why does acting in a certain way help you get to be successful if that's what you're trying to do? And it's pretty simple, actually. See, the act of being what you are before you get there is really about focus, right? So think about it. If you are trying to be, you're in a position and you want to go to the next level. You want to be a supervisor, you want to be a manager, you want to be a department head, you want to be a CEO, whatever the next level is for you at your job or your career. Faking it till you make it isn't about not being true to yourself. It's not about being disingenuous. It's about moving up to the next level before you get there. Let me put it to you this way. If you want to learn how to be a supervisor, you can't wait till you become a supervisor. That's what makes bad supervisors. You need to start learning it while you're an employee. Start to understand what it takes to be a supervisor. Model your supervisor if they're a good one. Model other good ones at other companies if you have to. Read about it. Learn what it takes to be a good manager of people. And start doing that. And that doesn't mean that you're obnoxious or you're taking over meetings or treating other people like they're employees. But it does mean that you take a leadership role in meetings, that you stand out and you do the things that a leader would do to make yourself ready for that next step. See, by doing this, you're focusing on what you want. You're focusing on that goal. I want to become the department head as opposed to just someone who manages within the department. And so of all the other managers, you're the one who's trying to do more work. You're the one who's trying to understand how to better manage. And you're putting forward ideas during meetings to say, this is how I think we can do things better. You're engaging other employees. You're rallying people around you. And you don't do this other than getting yourself ready to be that leader, to be that department head. I'll give you an example. I was hired as a chief technology officer for a company, and I was the newest executive in the company, the youngest executive there, and from the time I got there, I realized that my next step, this was the top of my career. I was, IT chief technology officer. This was as high as I could go within that space. And so the next step was CEO of a company, whether it was this one or another one. And so I started learning from the CEO. I attended meetings with him as much as possible. I asked if I could sit in here, and I asked questions, and I tried to understand how he ran the company. Not to take his job, but to learn how to do it, because I respected him. He was really good at what he'd been there for a long time, and he really knew the company inside and out, and I wanted to learn more about the company because it would make me better at my job, and it was preparing me for the next level. And unfortunately, this gentleman passed away unexpectedly. But what happened was interesting because the board immediately turned to me and asked if I could be the acting CEO while they tried to figure out what to do. Now, I had already been acting like the CEO. In fact, when the former CEO would go out of town on business, he would leave me in charge because he knew that I understood how things worked. And so when he passed away, the board hired me to be the acting CEO. And so while I had been acting before, now I was there. I was doing the job of the CEO, and ultimately they hired me to be the CEO. But it was all because I got myself prepared to be that next step well before I ever thought I was going to. It's all about taking the steps that you can before you want to get there. And so acting is about focusing. As we know, focus determines your actions, and actions determine your success. It's all part of the puzzle. And so really, fake it till you make it is nothing more than focusing on what you want, taking the actions to get it before you get there. And ultimately, you will. So that's the secret. That's the secret to anything. Fake it till you make it. You want a better relationship? Act like you're going out there and you're going to find a better relationship. Act like you want to be the person that a better relationship would want to be involved with. Because by being that person, you're going to attract that person. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Because relationships, well, That's the next thing we're going to cover in this series of 24.